Hi everyone, welcome to Big Apple Mountain Tarot. I'm your host, Mike Rusnak.
And I'm Everest Hall. Welcome. We're all excited today to talk about the full moon in Sagittarius.
Yeah, I know. Here we are right before the solstice. We're getting
Yep.
close to the solstice. Yeah.
Yeah, the sun is in Gemini, and on the 21st we're going to move into Cancer. And what day is the full moon?
The full moon is on the 14th, 5:30 a.m. Mountain Time. So whatever that is for the rest of the world. Yeah, and what a fantastic time we're in. I think I'm really happy lately because Jupiter and Mars are just about at the point where they're uncoupling. Thank God.
Thank God. Yeah. And I feel pretty good that Mercury's moving back into Gemini. It was retrograde in Taurus, which has been rough.
Yeah, today is the 8th, and so it is in Taurus still.
Yeah,
At
but
the time of the full moon, it'll be 0 degrees. And then several the days following the full moon, Mercury will be at the same degree that it was in retrograde when the Scorpio eclipse happened, the full moon in Scorpio eclipse. So look out for Mercury dredging up a lot of emotion and passion and
blunt
a lot
communication, a lot of information.
Yeah, for what was realized during that eclipse in Scorpio.
Yes.
Yeah, this full moon in Sagittarius requires a bit of actual homework. Now, if the full moon Scorpio eclipse last month was enough to illuminate something that was toxic to you that you must release, you must let go, this is more of a homework full moon. An action full moon.
Well, Sagittarius is higher education, learning, movement,
And traveling, movement, changing your perspective, right? The new moon in Gemini is sort of like that, right? You know, it's planting seeds of intention for an opposite perspective and understanding the opposite of where you are. Sagittarius full moon, it's asking you to do some review, and we'll talk about that in a while after we talk about where the planets are.
when we go on the whiteboard.
Yeah, when we go to the whiteboard.
Yes.
Yeah. Shall we?
Yeah, let's go to totally. Let's go to the whiteboard now. I'm really excited about it. Okay, 1 second.
Go. Okay, so here we are in the ephemeris. First, I want to talk about the conjunction between Jupiter and Mars, which is finally almost uncoupled. And this is an energy that for the last several weeks has been just brutal for people who are, incredibly sensitive or empaths and people who are intuitive. And, it's really hard to watch world events that are so tragic as like the school shooting in Uvalde and not feel completely melted by that. You know what I mean? It's I use the term portcullis of self-preservation. That sometimes things are so unmanageable, so incredible, they threaten to consume us, or our own thoughts do, that it's necessary to bring down the portcullis of self-preservation so that you could see through still, but protect yourself. It's basic self-care. It's just walking away from a situation that's far too intense for you for the moment. And now, as we're almost uncoupled here, it feels far more manageable. Okay, so we have the sun, which will be at 23 degrees of Gemini, and opposite, the moon will be 23 degrees Sagittarius. The sun is going to be square to Neptune here, which is in Pisces, because the sun in Gemini wants concrete proof, empirical evidence, and it's just not happy with dreamy energy. So that's our first square here. The dark moon in Lilith, all right, the dark moon represents our breaking point. It's at 6 degrees of Cancer. So that's our home, our security, our shell. And this is going to be squared to Jupiter. There. Then we have Saturn, 25 degrees Aquarius, which has gone retrograde. So rather than like actual repression of people, this is more like an introspection. So Black Moon Lilith is at 6 degrees Cancer, and Cancer is like our hermit shell, all right? It's our security, and this is very much squaring the fiery Jupiter energy in Aries, all right? And this is that vortex of fuel and passion, and the way that it's all swept up, and it threatens our sense of security, our sense of home, our sense of stability. Saturn has gone retrograde in Aquarius, and this is less about outward repression of people, but more about a review of where our traditions and our values and our old beliefs, and understanding if they square with the new reality and the world that is today and what we're trying to build. So this is squaring the North Node in Taurus, which is also conjunct with Venus and Uranus. All right, so that's a lot of surprise, a lot of passion, and it's squaring to the South Node in Scorpio, which is what we are trying to excrete and leave behind. And these are the realizations from last month's full moon and what we're trying to expel. So Pluto is also retrograde, and I think it's no wonder that the January 6th committee's findings are coming out tomorrow, actually, and that they've waited till Mercury has gone direct. It always seems like what's going on in politics is mirroring what's going on with the lunar cycles and with planets and everything. So that's very exciting. Let's talk about the Sagittarius full moon now. All right, there is some homework to do with this full moon. With the Sagittarius full moon, it would be a good idea to get a piece of paper and list all of your interests and your activities, your daily activities, your hobbies, your passions, your desires, and see if you can deepen those things. Like, for instance, when one feels like they're in a funk, sometimes it helps to walk home a different way, you know, because it kind of gets you looking around and it wakes you up a bit, right? So we could really do some homework and look at what our activities are and try to deepen and enrich our personal lives. The other part of that, though, because Sagittarius is the centaur, and that's representative of the higher minded, higher education self, and then the lower animal self. All right, so the more difficult part of this homework is to look at our animal instincts and to really understand where we use our animal instincts for good, like for passion, creative endeavors, sexual desires. That's very fiery and explosive and wonderful. But where do our animal instincts use us? You know, where do we go unconscious and get wrapped into anger and start hurting ourselves with our own thoughts? And then once we identify that, if you want to have some extra credit or to go the extra mile, the way to undo that, the way to work on that, is to talk about that with someone else that you're really, really close to, who you could trust your heart with. That's the way to sort of break up that old toxic behavior.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, now, in respect to this month's full moon, I was thinking the other day that some of us are born into this world and we have a really good handle on our emotions, but we have a hard time expressing anger. And through the arc of our life, we have to learn how to work with that and how to get better at expressing anger. For some of us, anger comes like that, and we have to work our whole lives, you know, the lessons, our whole lives. And it's really easy to understand what we have to do, and it's a totally different thing once you start walking the walk, after talking the talk. So that's really the theme of this full moon. It's really heavy. It comes with a lot of homework, but it's really worth it as an exercise.
Okay, everybody.
We're back to the tarot part of the Big Apple Mountain Tarot. We're about to pull a card for each sign for this full moon in Sagittarius, this full supermoon.
Yes, it's a super moon.
Yeah.
Well, all moons are super, but this one is very close to the Earth, so it's enlarged in size and effect. Okay, so I'm just going to put them down in a circle, and then we'll talk about them, and I'll show. So we'll start with Aries.
Yeah.
Okay, Aries. Okay, Ace.
Naturally.
Naturally. Aries. Taurus. Okay. Gemini. And then we have Cancer. Leo.
Oh, how beautiful.
I'm doing good remembering them all.
Virgo.
Virgo. I was stalling there. Okay, beautiful. The star, Virgo.
Libra.
Libra. Knight.
Oh, gorgeous.
Okay. We're getting a lot of wands.
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Queen of Wands. Okay. Interesting.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. This is where our full moon is. Interesting.
Gorgeous.
Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Hey, it's the sign.
That's what the Capricorn card is.
This is the Capricorn card.
Nice.
Okay, so Capricorn, and then we do Aquarius. All right, I like that. That's me. And then we have
Pisces.
Interesting. Okay, Pisces.
Wow.
My. Okay, so for Aries, we have Ace of Pentacles. This is values, personal values. It's the prime kind of wealth card coming in.
Yeah, wealth comes in many forms.
Yeah, it's not just monetary.
Just flip your perspective and you realize, oh my God, I have more than I need. Yeah.
And Jupiter is in Aries? Yes.
Jupiter is in Aries.
So
the good luck card.
The good luck.
Yeah.
So good luck for the Aries and kind of an expansive value coming in. Taurus. So we've got the Five of Pentacles. This is a curious card. We have these fellows, they're outside of the church and they're struggling, but inside of the church is shelter and safety and charity.
Yeah, well, for Taurus, I think that it's a struggle to ask for any kind of help.
To ask for yeah, but this kind of goes with what you're saying about with this moon, is to ask for help and to communicate like your emotional needs with people.
Venus is the planet of Taurus, which is a 5-pointed star. So
oh yeah, you're right.
yeah, that's how I see that.
Okay, so now we have
Gemini.
our friends Gemini,
who Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury has been on this tear, back into Taurus, where the energy has been very, very blunt, very heavy, and now moving forward back back into Gemini, where Mercury is at home. Communication's going to become a lot more fluid, but there's this sense of being beaten up by our own thoughts.
Yeah, and this fellow, so this is 10 of Wands.
Overactive, just run down. You need a vacation.
You need a vacation, and you might need to put down this burden and kind of readjust it so you can carry it better. This fellow's kind of carrying this burden in an awkward way.
Yeah. And Cancer. Yeah.
Cancer.
That looks like where we live almost.
It does look like where we live. So Cancer, we have 3 of Wands.
It's searching for that fourth post for your home shell, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Looking for that. Well, Black Moon is in Cancer. Lilith.
The Black Moon is in Cancer, yes.
So this is kind of that, that missing that part.
There's a lot of raw emotions around people's sense of home right now. Yeah, for everyone. Leo.
Leo, the king of wands.
Mhm. Wands are fire, kings are Leos, and salamanders are...
The elemental of fire.
Yeah.
This guy gets things started.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it gets done.
That's right.
This is a really great card for Leo.
The star.
The star. This is Libra.
No, that's Virgo.
Virgo. I always get those two confused. This is a beautiful star card. This person is 1 foot in the water, 1 foot in the ground. They are. It's a sign of. The card of Aquarius, the water bear, but they're not pouring actual like water emotion, but it's knowledge, and they're
replenishing both worlds.
Yes.
The water and the land.
The material and the spiritual.
And it's about temperance.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, we have the Knight of Wands for our Libra friends.
Uh-huh.
So here we have fire in the form of a knight who's kind of rearing up. He's on the go, but he's just a little cautious.
And Venus, the planet of Libra and Taurus, is in conjunction right now with Uranus, right?
Yes.
So that's a lot of surprise. That might be that there is just enough of an uncoupling of the fiery, overbearing energy that we've had, that you can now move forward with your thoughts, your next step.
But being Libra and looking for balance, you're a little cautious about it.
You're cautiously optimistic. Yeah.
Okay, Scorpio, Queen of Wands. So we have the queen, and she's enthroned, and she's got her cat with her, is kind of telling her all the secrets of the extraterrestrial world.
But what goes on under the bed?
Yeah. There's a lot of secrets. Scorpio's getting a lot of action these days.
Well, Scorpio is, either they're on board with the eclipse energy of last month, or they get used by it. But either way,
it's happening.
They're quick learners, they're quick studies, and they're like right up to date with their new information, what's been learned.
Sagittarius. Okay, this I think is really cool. So we got the King of Swords. Swords.
Higher learning.
Yeah, swords is air, it's thought, it's law. He's got this like real kind of legal authority to him.
Sagittarius is about truth, justice, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Changing one's perspective.
Faith.
Traveling. Faith most of all, though.
Yeah, most of all. And
between facts and faith, Sagittarians move with faith. And that's another part of your homework. You know,
and this is also part of that law, is you have to have faith in the order and the structure of that law and the word.
You have to believe in it.
Now, this is fun. It's always fun when the card for this for the sign comes up. This is the Devil card. This is for Capricorn. It doesn't mean that y'all are devils, but it's about contracts and government and authority, and how we kind of like chain ourselves and attach ourselves to these contracts and authority.
Well, anyone who's high up in government has made major compromises with the other side to get there. So that's chaining yourself to the devil. Pluto is in Capricorn for another 2 years.
Yes,
right?
It sure is.
We're almost there.
And
it's getting better. We were just looking back at last year thinking, God, it was worse it was more intense last year. I know it seems untrue, but it really was.
Well, the pressure, we were all in retrograde, and the pressure was really on us to kind of review and it was very condensed.
It was internal, and it felt like we were being crushed into diamonds. It was just too much pressure.
But now we've learned our lesson, we reviewed it, and we can have action. Yeah. And there's a lot of action happening right now. I'm particularly excited for this January 6th committee coming through.
Oh my God, we got to get popcorn.
We're gonna get some. Yeah, we gotta go to Trader Joe's and get some popcorn
and toppings for the popcorn.
Yeah, toppings for the popcorn. Okay, Aquarius. This is me, more or less. I'm very excited for some fast, quick action. I've been kind of like waiting and sitting for a long time. These are swords. I mean swords. No, they're wands. Excuse me.
Their intentions.
But they're flying through the air, and it's a very fast movement.
And this is like us building our home here and going, maybe we could paint this on that. And I'm going, we're not ready for that yet. We have to do the foundation first, you know. And that's
But we can do both at the same time.
That's your thoughts flying all over the place.
And here we have Pisces. Okay, so Pisces has got a little bit of an emotional situation in this card.
Well, all I could say to that is that the planets, you know, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, are no longer in Pisces.
Right.
You know, this is sort of the moving forward after that massive conjunction last month, and the last several months that was active. And this is like a cold rain falling on your dream right now.
And Pisces is like collective subconscious. So I can also kind of see this pain and this heartbreak being collectively in our American consciousness.
That all is not as beautiful as we dream it to be.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Say that again.
Say that again. Okay, well, thank you. I think that kind of does the tarot.
I think we did great.
I think we did really good. We thank you for visiting us.
Thank you for visiting, and thank you for, this is our 13th doing tarot and astrology, and it feels like it went really fast.
Yeah.
And if you're watching, thank you so much.
Yeah. Please like and share this video. We appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. We'll see you again next time. Bye. Bye.